1, 2, 3. Greetings and salutations.
The universe is just doomed.
No, not on me, man. It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
Hello.
Hi, welcome.
It's us.
It's me, it's Tessa.
And it's Nicole. It's the
What's
Doom
wrong?
Generation. We've already been laughing a lot before this episode,
fun.
so
Hopefully that
Woo!
makes it fun for you, because we were having fun.
and we got Kim here as
She's Kimmerson.
all right.
Coach Kim.
For the 30th anniversary of Dazed and Confused.
8 days from the release of this. Is
September 10th, 1993 this came out.
Which also, heads up, we got a lot of anniversaries coming at you.
Yeah, we sure do. We didn't really do it on purpose.
No, we
but-
didn't, because you know how we do. We just do shit and it turns out.
Or we did do it on purpose, and then we got so stoned we forgot
forgot
we did,
that
it,
we
on
did it on
purpose,
purpose.
and then we were
Hey.
like, "Whoa, we got all
Whoa.
these anniversaries." Did we do that?
Whoa! Wow, Nicole, did you realize?
We did so many things that came out in 1993.
Wow.
Before we
Wow.
get into it, one quick shout out. Thank you to
Oh, yes.
Scott Bates for joining our Patreon. And thanks to our Patreon subscribers for buying Tessa a new mic.
Yes, can you tell the difference? It's all fresh.
Right? So if it sounds different this episode, let us know, because not only did she
Right.
get a new mic,
Mm-hmm.
we kind of readjusted because of her new mic, like balanced and distance and whatever. So
Yeah.
if it sounds better, worse, let us know.
Let us know.
Or
Give
don't.
us a
I
little
don't know.
feedback or whatever. I mean, I
Whatever,
don't.
man.
Again, I like to hear it, but I don't want to hear it. And it really has nothing to do with me. I don't know how to do any of this shit. So
She just shows up.
I
And
show up, I'm
she
like, is
just
this
shows
my
up
mark?
beautiful and ready
is this my camera? Is this my mic?
and
Is this where I
ready
sit?
to go. Yep.
Yep.
Just to be her charming self.
Crack my beers. I came in bell bottoms and my 70s gear.
I know. I don't even have any 70s gear. I'm wearing a Beetlejuice shirt.
Yeah, that's not 70s.
Nothing at all to do with this movie.
That's all right. It doesn't matter. No one can see us anyhow. It doesn't matter.
True. So let's get into this cast because it's long.
It's long.
We've got not Jeremy London.
Right? We're
We've
gonna
got
forget
the other
Jason
twin,
London.
Jason London.
Yes.
Not the guy who was in Mallrats.
No.
Just the guy who was in this
The
movie and the
Aerosmith video.
Aerosmith video.
Right.
He was probably in other things, but
Probably.
we didn't write that down.
But who cares?
Wiley Wiggins. What a name.
Whatever happened to that guy?
Wiley Wiggins.
He
as
thought he
Mitch
was going to be
Kramer.
somebody with that name.
Woo.
And they were like, nope.
Nope.
Well, like he did other things.
He was in the
Yeah,
faculty.
I know,
but
and
we
I
didn't even
completely
mention
forgot. I
him
was
in the
like, whatever
cast
happened
list
to him? You're like,
because
he was in the faculty. I was like, oh.
all he was doing was buying some scat.
Oh, that's right.
Woo-doo-doo.
That's what he grew up to do.
He was in 14 movies total only.
Well, yeah, I'm sure he did. But I was telling you earlier that he gives me the kid from Real Genius. So maybe that's why I thought I saw him again.
Yeah, he's got a look to him. Yeah, 11 of
Yeah,
45,
that's what-
which
yeah,
was
that
also
was on the
Rory
list.
Cochrane, who's
Yes,
also
who's also in this
Slater
movie.
in
Oh,
this.
he's so cute.
Adorable.
So fucking cute.
Love him in his little
Oh
hat
my
and his
God.
long hair.
I don't know why he was single the whole time. I'd be that
Right?
I'll smoke joints with you
Hell yeah.
all the
I
time.
would have been all about Slater.
Hell yeah.
Michelle Burke as Wiley Wiggins' big sister, Jodie Kramer.
Yes.
Millie Jovovich as Michelle, who I don't think she ever
She
say
had a
her
bigger-
name, and I don't think she
Yeah,
speaks.
no, he says it one time, I think, when he talks about like who painted the statues.
And
like
he says
Kiss, he's like,
Michelle.
mostly
Yeah.
Michelle. But she had a bigger part, apparently, and she had a lot more speaking lines, which are the lines that you speak, obviously. and not
I'm
the
sorry,
lines that you
women don't speak in this film unless they're calling
That's-
other girls bitches.
Right? Right?
That's kind of a lot of
That's
the lady
kind of-
dialogue in this is
You know what? You're kind of right.
the making fun of the middle school girls during
This
their
is like
hazing.
another one of those things where the boys got to go on the adventure. I mean,
Yep.
the little girl got to too.
Yeah.
Sabrina.
Yes, she got to
The
go
little
to the big
girl got to go
party
on an
at the moon
adventure. Like, they
tower.
were like cool with her. Like they picked.
But only
She-
once she got humiliated. But Mitch too.
Well, yeah, like they picked 2 underclassmen to go, and we're gonna have to discuss the timeline after we get through this massive cast because I've got questions.
Okay.
But anyhow,
Joey Lauren Adams as Simone.
and this was her debut,
Oh, okay.
and she's one of the crossovers, right, from Mallrats.
Yes.
And
Matthew McConaughey as Wooderson.
Dave Wooderson,
And he was just like plucked out of the earth for this.
Right.
Like someone just
I guess.
found him somewhere.
well, and he's Wooderson.
He
right?
just
like,
is
he's this
Wooderson.
guy,
And like the Woody Harrelson connection, and his name was
Right.
Wooderson.
right?
And
Well, Wooderson's a real guy. Like I think Floyd Wooderson and I forget
Benny, who was Cole Hauser, and I think you said O'Banion,
maybe
right? Was Ben
I think
Affleck.
they were like actual people, because there was actual people that I guess Richard Linklater knew or
yes.
grew up with, or whoever wrote this. Maybe it wasn't even him.
No, he did. He wrote and directed this.
Okay, well
Richard
then there you
Linklater.
go. There you go. I didn't know that.
So it's probably loosely or tightly based on
He at least used the names
people
of
he grew up
people that
with.
existed, and they went on to sue him, but it was like statute of limitations.
It
Shit.
had been
So it
too
didn't
long.
matter.
From
Been too long,
1976 until 1993, they were like, sorry,
right?
not going to happen.
We got Sasha Jensen
As
right?
Dawson.
Don Dawson.
Hmm
Anthony Rapp as Tony Olson.
Adam Goldberg as Mike.
Nikki Cat as Clint.
Oh, yes. I didn't write down Clint, but he does feature at the
Well,
end
he
there.
does.
Yes.
Well, because I remember him from.
He was
other
in other
things. He
stuff,
was like
yeah.
on shows, TV shows. I remember. Now some girls. Parker Posey.
Yes, as Darla.
Darla Marks.
Marisa Ribisi
Yes.
as Cynthia. And now let's talk about how her boyfriend, she was 17, you
Right.
said, and her boyfriend was
Oh,
Jason
yes,
Lee.
Jason Lee.
who
They were
was
dating at the
22.
time, 22, and he agreed to be her legal guardian
To
go
accompany
Well, like,
her on this shoot.
I would imagine it was the 90s.
In the 90s, you guys, at 17, I had a 22-year-old boyfriend.
When I was
That
17,
that ain't no thing.
When I was 17, I had a 19-year-old boyfriend. When I was 16, I had a 19-year-old boyfriend.
Okay, no, wait. When I was 17, I had a 20 or 21-year-old boyfriend. When I was 19, I had a 22-year-old boyfriend, I think was the difference. Oh, incoming news. Beep, 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 beep.
She was married to Beck.
Who was married to Beck? Oh,
Marissa
yeah.
Ribisi.
Marissa Ribisi was married
She
to
was
Beck.
married to
That's
Beck,
right.
yeah. Uh-huh.
He's a loser, baby. Because that's why he was Scientologist, right?
Yeah.
Because she was Scientologist.
Uh-huh.
Which is also why Jason Lee was Scientologist.
Yeah, him
because
too.
Marissa Ribisi.
That's why that was allowed.
And now
That's
he's
why that
not
was allowed. No,
Scientologist.
he's not no more neither. And are the Ribisis?
I think so.
Mm,
I'm not positive, though. Don't quote me
see.
on that.
I see.
Cole
who else do we have?
Hauser as Benny.
Oh, that's right. We're like, oh, here's some girls. Here's another dude. I don't even know
Yeah.
where we are on here. Sean Andrews as Kevin Pickford. Did we mention him already?
No, yeah. Sean Andrews.
And he was the one that Mila married.
Yes.
That her
When
mother
she
had
was
annulled
young,
After
yes.
this.
Michelle Burke as Jodie. Oh, no, we already said her as Jodie Kramer, Mitch's
Dina
older
Martin
sister.
as Siobhan. Kristen Hinojosa as Sabrina.
Okay.
And I think that might be it that
I
I
think
have.
that's plenty. I'm sure
I
there's
know that the
also
ki-
people that.
I know the kid that played Carl, his real name is Esteban, which I found interesting. Like, he
But I was like, that's
Esteban.
clearly a blonde wig. He's probably not blonde.
I
under
don't
there.
know, but like when they were trying to run away, I was like, you're wearing Beetlejuice pants. They're totally going to see you. Like, you're
Oh my
not
God.
undercover.
You can hear those pants. You can hear them. All right, so we are in 1976.
Right, it's sweet emotion. Yes.
This movie made all of my parents' lame music suddenly cool.
I know.
It was like, oh, what? Like all that stuff you listen to on
Well,
95.5 KLOS.
Like, our
Oh, it's
folks are
actually awesome.
Wooderson.
Yeah.
Like that's the age that they were at this time.
Okay.
Because they graduated, my parents graduated in 1974 and got married.
I feel like that's about the same.
Got married in 77,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like.
Well, because your mom and my mom are the same
They're
age,
the same
right?
age,
So
yeah.
would have been
And
the
they were
same.
20 and 21 when they got married. Which is fucking insane.
Yeah,
to me.
I think the same because I was born when my mom was 23, but my parents were already married. So
Yeah.
young.
And my folks were 25 and 24.
So they would have been like Wooderson but married.
Yeah. Wooderson but
already.
married.
Like how old Wooderson is in
Right.
this.
Wooderson
They already have
but my
kids.
folks got together in high school. They met in high school.
No, my parents didn't meet in high school.
Yeah,
We'll talk about how my parents
Oops,
met
sorry.
when we do The Exorcist later this year.
Oh, that's a connection there. Well, I think I want to say that part of this soundtrack, like my folks definitely went to see Alice Cooper together back in the 70s. And also, I feel like they went and saw Black Sabbath.
I saw
also.
Black Sabbath, but at Ozfest
I mean, yeah,
in the 90s.
they definitely saw them again in Ozfest because they worked in Ozfest for my brother's baseball team.
Oh, nice.
So they got to see that again. That must have been fun for them.
And so, like, did you write down this fucking hot rod they pull up in right away, which is a fucking amazing?
I was just
Immediately
talking about like
Kevin's
these rides,
car.
really,
Oh,
like all
but
the
all their
seniors,
rides.
everybody.
They all had fucking
I mean, I
amazing
guess they would have
cars.
been new then,
And
so that would make sense.
And I feel like Mila got her scenes cut out because of the terrible joint rolling job she was doing.
I know. Well,
Not
you know
that I
what?
could do better,
I was gonna say.
but there is weed everywhere.
Well, you
They're
also have to
just-
consider that they don't have little grinders and they're like
True.
smoking skunk.
True. That's like dirt weed.
It's swag.
Brick weed. Swag.
Swag.
Red hair.
Oh shit! Some Mexican red hair. Oh fuck!
That's what that was. In
Not
Texas
even-
in the 70s,
Oh,
that was
yeah,
Mexican red
for
hair.
sure. It faintly smelled.
So
of
she's just like,
gasoline.
because that's literally a dime bag. That's like $10
Well, you
for
charge
a gram.
15.
Yeah.
2-finger lids.
Yes.
You charge $15 for a 2-finger lid.
And so we meet sort of briefly all these kids. It's the last day of school, May
Right.
28th, 1976.
1:05 p.m.
We meet Pink, his sort of girlfriend, Simone.
yeah,
What's
the-
up for later?
We'll meet at the party.
Meets up with Michelle and Kevin and Slater. Slater, who is so high always.
Right.
Um,
They meet up with him. He's so cute. The party's
adorable.
at 9:30. They do the little handshake.
their little joint
thing,
smoke
right?
handshake.
Or theirs
yes.
is like a little gun holstering thing.
And
Like,
then
everyone's
later
got
there's a
different
joint one, and then later there's a finger
Pink
sniffing one.
And Kevin,
Everyone has their
I
own
feel
secret
like,
handshake.
have the joint one.
Mhm.
Kevin and Slater have the holster
Gun
one.
holster one.
And then
Which 11 of 45, and theirs was a gun
Oh,
holster one.
shit.
Weird.
And Wooderson and
Have Dawson have the
Dawson
finger
that
sniffing
finger-
one.
Oh, that one was gross.
Butterscotch.
Oh no! We're eventually gonna have to do kids.
Oh yes, that's in the list.
We're eventually gonna have to do kids. That's gonna be a dark day. But
But we can talk about what's her name? Oh my god,
Chloe.
Chloe. Okay, so
Does it come to your
Cynthia,
attention?
yes, Cynthia, Tony, and Mike are like the nerds, sort of. But Pink's friends with everybody, so he's
Right,
friends with
like,
them
he's
too.
cool. But like, okay, so like Cynthia seems like she's all right, but Mike and Tony.
Who wants to hang out with Mike and Tony?
And she's the one that she's got the car.
Yes.
Why is she even picking them up?
She's been friends with
was,
them
like-
forever. You can tell.
I know.
They've been friends since
They've
like
all
elementary
like
school.
grown up together. I'm
All
sure.
these
but,
kids.
Like, Tony goes on to like Mac with an 8th grader. Because okay, so that's my question.
He's about to be a senior.
That's my question. So this is not their senior year.
no. This is
This
their
is the
junior
end of
year.
Their junior year going.
They're
into-
about to rule the school.
Okay.
Yes.
So why?
why what?
Why do any of this?
What do you mean?
Any of this shit? Okay. So also that
Episode
would be-
over.
right? That's
Why
right.
does this movie exist?
Why?
The end.
So also that would mean Sabrina and Mitch
Yes.
and all those little kids are 8th graders.
Yes, coming into freshman year.
Okay. So just to be clear, Tony, the junior,
Yes.
who just finished his junior year in high school,
yes.
goes on to Mackett
With an 8th
with an
grader.
8th grader who just finished her 8th grade.
which even though this was supposed to be 1976 and 1996 was not that far off.
Right. That's true.
Seniors macking with freshmen was still a thing. It might still be a thing. When my oldest, who's 18, was... Remember that birthday party when he turned 13 and he was a freshman and that kid came with a fucking beard?
I know.
And he
like,
was
who
the
fuck is
boyfriend of
bearded
one of the friends.
I came over. I was like, who the fuck's the bearded one on the couch?
So it's still happening?
You know what, though? I did know a kid in middle school that had a full beard.
Oh, I don't know if I did or not.
And then he went bald in high school.
Oh, no.
Well, I mean...
that's your peak, man. You peaked at 13.
Yeah,
Sorry.
like he had like a full...
Yeah.
He had like a full... I mean, whatever. Like, he looked good bald. Like, he could be bald. But yeah, like, it was weird.
Well, that's
I remember.
good. Okay, so we meet all of the people, blah, 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 blah.
Yes.
They're
They're having like a rating the episodes of Gilligan's Island. Is that what they're doing?
Yes. And it's very last day of school vibes, which this was last day of school. You were fucking around.
Yeah.
The
Like,
teachers
nothing's
were like
happening.
nowhere to be seen. Like
Nobody cares.
I don't know that the only teacher was the history teacher who was the young one, right? That they were hitting on.
Right. And she was like, yeah, the 76 Democratic Convention was bitching, man.
Yeah, and she's like, when you guys are out there celebrating 4th of July.
Yeah, remember what you're celebrating.
Yeah, remember the bicentennial,
slave owners.
white slave owners. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the only
I would've
teacher I
loved
think
her
you
class.
even saw, right? That would have been your favorite class.
Right.
It's all the kids trying to ditch early,
Right,
and
right,
these
right.
are the football players, and these are the stoners, and these are
Right.
whatever. So
And
we established
Pink's
this.
kind of floating through like all of these. He kind of has like his football
Right.
friends, and then he has his like burner friends.
Yes.
And he's trying to decide what he's gonna do, man.
And he goes with his football boys to cruise the middle school
Right?
to
They go
scare
right up-
the bejesus out of these middle school kids.
They get to leave campus, pull up in a truck.
Well,
with
which I would have taken my motherfucking 3 licks or whatever. They gave
yeah.
them the chance.
Well, not the girls. The girls had to
No.
go do something else. So we
So
wouldn't have
now
had
you don't
to.
even realize the girls are going to go through this until a little
Later,
bit
until
later.
they show
yeah,
it.
yeah, because they're
But
just
the
calling the boys
boys-
out.
And specifically because Jody, right?
Ask them to be easy on her little brother.
And they're like, "Oh, those are all fucking lies. He's a
That
dead
is bullshit.
man."
We are getting his ass extra now.
Yes, like you shouldn't have said shit.
And they asked the teacher if they can get out early, and he's just laughing at them.
He was
He's
like, "You know what my sergeant used to say? 50 you're gonna go out, 25 of you are gonna come back."
But Mitch has to pitch for the baseball game tonight.
So he's got to be there.
So the older boys pick up Mel. They run into the coach, and we find out, okay, all these older boys are on the football team together.
Right.
And he's, whatever, scolding them about don't get soft, chasing Buff around
Well,
the
they
pool
have-
all summer.
They have to
Sign this
the
pledge sheet, which says they're not going to do any alcohol or drugs while they're on
and
the
they're not
football
going to
team.
party, and it's not going to be a thing, so that they could lead the school to victory. Blah. Which this I would have so been pink,
I noticed the
this-
crowd you've been running with.
right? They're losers.
I want this paper done
Mind
today.
your fucking business. Like I would have been like, I don't want to do.
Yeah,
this.
and Pink
I'm not gonna
crumples
do
it up
this.
and chucks it like, I'm not fucking doing this. Yeah.
No, like they're all saying like we're all doing it. Like who gives a fuck? Like no one gives a shit. Like,
yeah,
he doesn't
and I
care
don't
if
know.
they
I
sign it
don't
or
think
not.
I ever had to. Well, but I was a nerd in school, so I feel like it wouldn't have been
Well,
a
like, I
problem
didn't-
for me to
I
sign
didn't do athletics, so like
no,
I didn't
do
this
athletics.
problem.
No.
They just assumed.
But
we
they
were all
also
on
didn't-
dope.
I remember like slight freshman hazing, but it wasn't like anyone
No, not like
paddled
this.
us.
Oh, absolutely.
It was
not.
more verbal abuse
Absolutely
than
not. Well,
anything
like,
else.
Why on earth would you want to do any of this?
Who wants to physically abuse these 12-year-old children?
I do not want to go run.
You know who?
children down.
Ben Affleck.
Oh, you know what? This is him.
He loved it.
This is
He
him. He
loved
had the
every moment.
He had the time of his life.
He was half chub the whole
Oh my
time.
God,
He
he
was
was like
these
half-mast.
children.
Half-mast at all time.
Oh.
He had to wear them tight jeans to keep it down. He had to wear jock straps.
It's like tighter.
He
tight.
like apparently I read a thing where at some point when he was fucking around with the paddle, he shattered his ankle.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
Uh,
That's
like
what I
from
read.
just
just
swiping and
from
shit, and he hit his
swinging
own
it,
self.
and he missed it, and he fucking shattered his ankle.
That is
I
what
don't
you
know.
get.
That's
Ben
what you get, Ben.
Affleck.
Oh, Ben.
You know what? I ain't never watched your Batman series because Batman. I
Oh.
don't think so.
No,
No.
Batfleck is not for me.
No, thank you.
Batfleck is not my Batman.
I will watch anyone else's Batman.
I have only seen that one part where it was like, like Superman gets hot because he gets crazy and he starts doing shit. Like, I've only ever seen
I
that
haven't
part
even
of
seen
the
that.
Batfleck.
I haven't
Like,
even
where
seen
he's
that.
in full regalia, and I fucking hate it. It looks like there's testicles hanging out the bottom of the bat cowl.
Oh no!
And he does it. I mean, like, they all do the thing.
They all
but
do
for
the
some
thing.
reason, when he does it, it's extra annoying.
It's extra
I fucking
annoying
hate it.
because he just gives
fucking hate it.
punchable face
Ah.
vibes,
He, like, makes me hate Batman.
right?
He makes me hate Batman, and it's not right, and it's not good.
So Dawson's trying to talk Pink into you're taking this too serious. Just sign the fucking thing. And Pink's
Right.
like, look, we could get laid just as much being in a band. We don't have
Right,
to
like,
play
we
on
don't
the
have to,
football
like, maybe I'm
team.
not into it anymore.
And the coach shows up. Oh, Mr. Floyd is gracing
Oh.
us with his presence. How many times did you hear that? Gracing us with their
gracing us.
presence
What are you waiting
today?
for? An engraved
Invitation.
invitation.
Yes. Ugh. And Dawson hitting on that young teacher. And
Oh,
she
I
just-
know.
I love it though. She
She's
just
just
pats
like-
him on the head and shuts her door like, no, thank you.
Bye.
So then Mitch and the junior high boys are talking about the big party tonight.
Oh yeah,
One of the friends got the brother's car.
I know. He's got
What are they, fucking
how-
12 or
they're eighth
13?
graders.
They're
They're not
driving
old
the
enough.
car?
Well, it's the brother's car. What? Like, they don't give a shit. They're like tanks out there. What was it? It was like a Buick.
Yeah, it was some mom car.
Like a Pontiac.
They're gonna get ditch early to get out of a paddling, but the teacher's like, no.
That's a paddling.
Yes.
Making fun of my paddle. That's a paddling.
So finally school is dismissed for the high school. Everybody is like chaos trying to get
Right.
out of there,
They
throwing their
try to
trash
escape.
everywhere.
Everybody's running out. School's
Out
out
for
for
summer.
summer.
School's out forever. Fucking yeah. Alice Cooper, who will sign your Red Hot Chili Peppers
Who you met
poster.
one time.
Just don't look him in the eye while he's signing your Red Hot Chili Peppers poster.
You wouldn't be here today.
So the middle school boys, they book it. Like, instead of taking their 3 licks apiece, which is the easiest they were
Right.
going to fucking get it, they
Right.
run.
Come on.
They make it to the car, but O'Banion and Benny and Mel pull up right next to them and take. And this is a dangerous fucking car chase.
I know. They're like, they do
No
this several
seatbelts.
times through the streets.
There
in
were
these
no seatbelts in the
residential
70s.
neighborhoods.
No.
No.
I mean, they were in
They
the
were
car.
there, but like, you didn't use them.
No.
You didn't use them. They were jumping out of moving vehicles. It's like
Mm-hmm.
they're racing up and down the streets, driving on other people's lawns.
Yes.
Motherfucker.
Yes.
Yes. I had a stroke.
They slow down to let Mitch and Carl out, but O'Banion catches them on the stoop. But the mom comes out. Carl's
She's
mom
all
comes out.
wrecked.
Clack clack. I don't
Get the
think
fuck-
so. Creep.
And for real.
But your son about to get so many extra licks
I
because you
know.
just pulled a shotgun on
know.
this kid.
She should have just knocked his fucking teeth out with the butt of that gun. He wouldn't have messed around. Tell you that right now. If she would have like fucking Sarah
She should have
him,
taken that paddle out of his hand
I'd be
and
like,
given
you know what?
him his
No.
own fucking
No,
whooping.
O'Banion, fuck you.
Fuck you.
That's what's on his little paddle. Fuck you. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you with this little paddle.
And now is when we find out about girls hazing time.
Oh yeah.
All right, you little,
Little
freshman
freshman
bitches.
bitches.
Erin! Oh my God, Parker Posey's fucking voice in this.
She's so insane. She's like the female O'Banion.
And she's never seen with a boy or a
Nope.
girl that she likes in this because she's
She
just
hangs
a
out. She's
complete
smoking
fucking
a doob
asshole.
with somebody. She's out there
Yes.
smoking a doob with somebody. I forget who. But yeah, she's like, lick me, everybody. Well, no.
Yeah, so they have these junior high school girls
They
that they're
put
making drop
pacifiers,
to the
they got the-
ground. They got binkies in their
Yes,
mouths.
they're like, put the choopy in your mouth, you little bitches.
And Slater and Pink are just watching
Everybody's
nearby, and
watching.
Mike
Like,
and
a lot
Tony.
of people are watching.
They sell concessions to this shit, which, okay, we didn't have anything like this, but there
No.
was definitely stuff that was like a school-sponsored event that was probably not an appropriate school-sponsored
well, there
event
was
in the
a thing
90s.
like you wouldn't do any of this, but there was always the chance of getting trash canned when you get thrown in.
I don't think I ever actually saw someone get trash can, but there was a kid who did, I want to say it was, what do you call it? Not open mic night, but what is it? The talent show.
Oh,
The fucking talent. I never fucking did the talent show. But there was this kid, and R.I.P. Jimmy Hamilton. He's dead now. But he was like the slow kid, and he did a sketch where he threw himself in a trash can as like he was trying to do an improv like freshman senior sketch, but like he threw himself in a trash can on stage, but he couldn't get out.
Oh.
It was the
Oh,
legs kicking in the air on the
twisted
stage
church, the
on
twisted
the
church.
trash can where you were like, oh no, but it was like at the same time where you're like you can't help but laugh, but you're like, oh, I feel terrible.
Adult me is horrified that
Yeah.
like 15.
But 15-year-old me is cracking the fuck out of. Oh my god, yeah. So that, but other than that, I never actually saw somebody get trash canned. That was like a sketch he made up based on a
my
rumor he
God.
heard about freshmen getting trash canned. I don't know.
Oh Jesus.
Oh,
Oh Jesus and baby Jesus.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
I need to take a breath for a second.
We're
'cause that
almost
was-
to break time. So
Oh,
she's yelling
I
at them
know.
to air raid.
right.
Since
right,
you
right.
little prick teases can't follow instructions, we're gonna have to try something else. And so they get their ketchup,
I know,
mustard,
ketchup,
whipped
mustard,
cream, oatmeal, flour.
and they like lay it all down.
Sapphire!
Why? Well, that's
Disgusting.
When, before then, like that's when Jody goes and pulls out Sabrina. Like, are you in or you out? Like, who
Right.
are you?
Yeah,
You know,
she
and
pulls
she
her
just
in.
notices her and just decides to adopt her.
And I feel like if I was anybody in this movie, I was Sabrina. I was like
Yeah.
a random kid who wasn't that cool, but wasn't totally not cool.
Well,
who
yeah.
like some older kid randomly was like, "You seem cool. Come on,
well,
come
like
hang
my
out with
friends
us."
were older.
Yeah,
Like,
because
I-
my friends were older, so I
Yeah.
feel like. Well, it was joining Drumline though. It wasn't.
Well,
we
it was,
didn't
like,
have.
also because of theater.
We didn't have high school hazing like this.
No, it
not
wasn't
like this.
No,
I don't remember ever getting put in a trash can or
No.
made to air raid or.
no. I
like-
wouldn't have done that shit. Fuck
No,
you.
mm-mm,
Fuck you.
mm-mm.
I'll fight you first, Darla.
Yeah. Fuck you, Darla. What are
Fuck
you,
you,
16? And I'm 13?
We're in the same fucking
Let's
weight
fucking
class.
go.
Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
See how fucking hard you are, Darla.
And they put them in collars and leashes,
I know.
raw
Like, go up-
eggs and shit all
Go
over
up,
them, making them
propose to Mr. Tony.
propose to Mr. Dawson. And Dawson
Ugh.
being totally inappropriate.
Wow. He's gross. They're 8th graders, bro.
But Dawson's cute, though.
I know, kind of in them little overalls.
And then Jody brings
Little
Sabrina
teen
to
wolf.
propose to Tony.
And of course, he gets a hard on too. He's like, "Oh,
Right?
hey, what's up, 8th grader? I'm into you."
And she's like, I'll do anything you want
anything
or
you
whatever.
want, whatever
And he's
you
like, no. All
Like,
right,
I don't-
stand up.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this.
Like, what is this social hour?
And Mike's like, oh, I bet she's pretty cute when you clean all this shit
yeah,
off
and
her.
he's like, "Oh yeah, she's pretty cute." Yeah, whatever.
Oh,
Horrible.
and then we're back to the paddling. Benny's already got a crack in his paddle because
Right?
he'd been beating fucking 12-year-old asses so hard.
I can't even. Like, this is the only thing that I kind of agree with the nerds on when they're talking about. They're like, have you noticed? Like, the whole town supports this. Like, everyone just kind of lets this happen.
The walloping, the
Yeah.
whooping, yeah,
Like,
not
that's kinda
appropriate.
weird.
Mel gives Pink his pledge back and is like, "Come on,
Right,
man,
like, I
fuck
don't-
the coaches, do it for us."
Right. Like, this is not just you.
And O'Banion shows up and tells them about getting the shotgun pulled on him.
Right. And they're like, oh, yeah, did you hear he flunked? So he's going to do this again.
So, like, O'Banion gets to be an asshole 2 years in a row.
I bet you he probably
He
flunked
did
on
that
purpose
shit on
just so he
purpose.
could.
And then taking these girls, the senior girls, take the middle
To
school
the
girls
car
to
wash?
the car wash in the
I
open
know.
back of a pickup
Yeah.
truck.
Yeah.
That had to
That's what you do. They're singing
hurt.
little fucking songs. I do like it, however, when daughter's like, wipe that face,
Face
off,
off
your head,
fucking
bitch.
head, bitch. Parker Posey is such a bitch in this.
I know. I love her.
But
She's
I love it.
insane.
So Pink and Slater go to see Kevin to
Right.
get some weed.
Yes, yes, yes. And they're like pretending like
They're flirting with his
don't know
mom.
that they're leaving town.
Oh, you're leaving?
Are you taking him with you then? Yeah.
Kevin's
like,
going?
oh no, he's gonna be. Oh, I didn't know. Smooth, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Smooth,
And that would have worked if it weren't for what happens next.
right? They're up there smoking joints, rolling joints, and smoking joints.
And Sabrina gets invited. So after the car wash
Right,
thing,
right.
Jody's like the nicest senior who could ever haze you.
Right, because
And
she's
it's like,
got a
would you
want to
go to the
out there,
party?
too. Like, you should come
Yeah.
hang with us. I feel like she's like trying to pick her out for her.
I
little
feel
brother,
like,
but,
yeah, I thought that too. But
that's
he ends
not
up
what
with someone
happened.
else and she
Neither-
ends up with
yeah,
someone
so,
else.
I mean, whatever. Both older. And it's just as inappropriate.
It would
for
have been way
Julie.
more appropriate for Mitch and Sabrina to fucking hook up.
Absolutely.
Why was that not even an option? Because they talk and they know each other, but that's not.
They talk when they're at the Emporium.
Uh-huh.
Like, oh, hey, like,
Yeah.
how's it going? Whatever.
But no, they're
They would've
both
been
with older
cute.
people.
We didn't have to do that.
Mm.
We didn't have to do that.
And here is our first Mila feed alert.
Feet alert. Oh,
You
yeah.
said this is one of Quentin
That
Tarantino's
was the
favorite
thing I
movies.
sent you. I was like, oh, God damn it. We're going to have to count the feet. And you know what? It's just this, I think.
It's
It's just this. So
her
for the
and
life of
Kevin are
me-
barefoot in this whole scene, and that's
For the
it.
life of me, I can't understand why this is Quentin's favorite. Oh, no. Are you okay?
Are you okay? Yeah, my headphones fell off. I'm okay.
Are you okay? But
I'm
your
okay.
face- Your face is like, where'd they go?
Uh,
Where'd they go?
but yeah, so this is the only barefoot scene that I
Right.
clocked.
Yeah,
was
yeah, no, I
this,
didn't-
but the egg chair.
I
I
know.
want the egg chair.
Okay, so like there were so many things about this, like a lot of the cars and some of the decor
Mm-hmm.
and like whatever that seemed too new, but like in a remanufactured way and not like a
Right.
But then you have to remember, like, of course it would be new because it would be new then, but it just didn't seem like Kevin would have an egg chair.
Kevin's parents had money.
That's true.
But like because we don't learn any backstories
I know,
about
this
any
is-
of these
This is
characters,
24 hours. This is like a 24-hour
Yeah.
period.
we know nothing about the backstory of these
No, we
characters.
know
So
nothing about
I'm
any of these
assuming
kids, so-
Kevin's parents have money.
He seems like he does. He's
And
the-
that's why
the
he's
kid
the
that
weed
sells
dealer.
Weed, exactly.
My mom was the weed dealer.
They
Her-
have money.
Her parents had money and were
Right.
from Newport Beach. Or not from Newport Beach, but that's
like,
where
she
they
grew
were
up
at.
in Newport Beach. And, like,
Yeah.
my folks grew up in like Hawthorne and
Yeah.
whatever. So it was
So like I feel like Kevin's parents were upper middle class.
yes.
Like his dad
Yes.
owned a stereo store. And his
My
mom was
dad
a housewife.
Totally owns
Owns a dealership.
They call him DP. Stands for Donkey Punch.
When he wakes up, make him
him
drink.
They pledge.
If you guys know that fucking look, if you know that, DM me. I will send you
Oh,
a free sticker.
On the low. On the low, if you could place it.
Because it has nothing to do with
Nope,
tasting
not at all.
confused.
Not at all. Not even close.
So so Slater
Right.
comes, Pink and Slater come to buy some
Right.
weed from Kevin.
Right. And they're smoking joints, and mom knocks on the door like, hey,
Pow.
you need to come down here. Someone's down here wants to talk to you.
But wait, before that, I love that Slater does the "I'll gladly pay you
Oh, yes.
Tuesday" because I
Corinne.
used to always tell when I needed a front,
Yeah.
"I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today." You have to do the Popeye reference when you need a front on your weed.
Do it.
So yeah, mom knocks on the door like there's somebody here who needs to talk to you,
Right.
Kevin. And it's the beer delivery
God
guy.
damn
The
it,
blow
bro.
it fucking beer delivery guy.
Yep, he showed up an hour and a half early.
To see if
And he, bless him, to his credit, he didn't know he was delivering to a high school student.
no.
So
he
when
was
he
just
showed
trying to
up,
hit
he
the
was
party
trying to be
early.
cool. He was trying to be cool and be like, oh, bro, sorry.
And he goes along with it when he
Right.
realizes, and
Right.
hopefully that's who they had that beer delivered to the moon tower later. I hope
Right. That they maybe hooked up with him later because he paid for it.
he did.
It was paid for.
And mom and dad, Kevin's mom and dad are like, or well, dad is like,
Unpack.
we're not
staying.
going
We're not
anywhere.
Going anywhere. And he's like, fuck. And now there's no internet, no cell phone. So
There's no way
You
to
can't
tell
tell
everybody that the party
everybody.
at Kevin's is canceled.
I mean, I feel like if you went on a cruise, if you went cruising, because everybody was cruising once it was moon times, everybody got out there in the cars. Like if you just would have spread the
That's
word, spread the word.
But before we find out what
What before the baba?
wow.
She's the purple pie man. From
Porcupine
Porcupine Peak.
Before we find out how they solve this problem.
There was a whole hand motion that none of y'all saw, but we saw it.
Tessa, take it away.
Don't point at me. How dare you? We're going to go take a break because clearly we need one. We'll be right back.
It's the problem in the marriage bed that no one wants to talk about. Honey, we need to talk. I'm just not attracted to your long jeans. Bring that zing back to your love nest with Janties. Janties' patented technology allows each of your racy raisins to hang individually, showcasing the unique profile and personality of your beanbag. Whether you be a swim cap or an old saggy sock, Janties will have her asking to be your hand hammock in no time.
2 days later. We're back.
Indeed, 2 days later, it took so long to come back from our break that Kim went home.
So yeah, we got so dazed and confused in the first half.
We decided that we could not go on. We couldn't go on.
We couldn't go on. For the first time ever, this second half of this episode is coming to you days later from the first half of the episode.
So there's that. If you noticed that, sorry, that's what happened.
So all of the seniors are sitting around in their cars watching Mila Jovovich paint statues to look like members of KISS. And
Right.
so these are statues at the school or something, I think?
They look like they're bicentennial statues.
Oh, because they're talking about it's the bicentennial.
Right, I think that's what that is. And did you see they repainted that thing out by the freeway?
Oh,
Out
I
on the
haven't. I haven't been
91?
out that way.
I saw it. I mean, it looks the same but brighter. But it's just a thing I
It's just
remember
they
seeing
redid it.
all the time.
Yes,
'cause
as
I-
a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. So it's a montage between what all the different kids are doing to get ready for
Right.
their night out. So they've
everyone's
got
getting ready to hit the town.
the bully seniors are waiting at Mitch's baseball game for Carl and Mitch and their pals.
He's down there. He's pitching. It all comes down to this.
They got some of them are headed over to Top Notch Burgers to regroup. Some of them are cruising the strip.
Right.
Sabrina's with the big girls cruising the strip.
They go to pick her up. They invite her to go out that night because I guess they decide to. I mean, is that like a normal thing that they do? Like everyone adopts an 8th grader?
I think it was just Jody and
Maybe.
Pink
And
were
Pink.
just like that. They had been that kid or something,
maybe.
or at
Maybe.
least for Jody, she knew her little brother was that kid.
Right.
And so now the kids are showing up to Kevin's house for the party, and Dad's answering the door. And they're
Right.
like, "There's-"
Fuck. Like, oh shit. Whoops. Because I guess I thought about that and I was like, well, I guess what would you do?
Because there's no way to let everybody know except for
and
word
how
of mouth.
Foolish. You don't see any cars. There's no noise.
Right.
Like, presumably their station wagon is parked in the driveway.
Yes.
What made you think?
They weren't thinking.
I
They
probably
were already
would have gotten there
high.
like, right, maybe. I would have gotten there like, I don't think there's a party going on here tonight. Like, it does
I
not look
don't-
like.
I'm not going to be the one to
Like,
go
maybe
to the
we should
door.
head down to the burger joint and see what everybody's up to.
See
'cause
what's
it
happening
seems
at
like-
top notch.
See what's happening
Down
at the top notch.
And then, so there's Mitch is down there pitching a great game
Yeah, he's
despite
doing
being
great.
scared for his life.
He sees it all. He doesn't let that distract him from what he needs to do. 'Cause he's
No.
gotta just, he has to throw this strike, and he do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all good. And they're like, can you?
I know his
Leave
little
out the
fucking
side
that kid
gates.
Carl should have been the one that they were after.
Esteban.
Yes, he should be the one they're after.
Well, they never get him, do they? At least you don't see it.
No, I don't think you
I
do.
don't think so.
Nope.
Well, they get.
So yeah, he draws them away and he heads out for his licks.
Right, and that's no more Mr. Nice Guy.
Benny, O'Banion, Dawson,
Oh,
and
man.
Mel get their super hard double-handed swats
Right,
in.
they're all jumping
This kid's
around.
ass could have got broke.
They
Could
could've
have break
busted
his
his ass. Right, broke his pelvis.
Yes. And Pink approaches like at the end of this, and they hand
Right.
him the paddle, and he just gives him a little pop.
Yeah, he goes to swing real hard and then gives him a little tap.
You
and
need a
he's
ride
like-
home.
Yeah, gives him a ride home. And
Which
he's all
how did he
cool.
even sit?
I know.
He was just sitting normally in the seat as if he was not in extreme pain.
right. I don't know. He was just trying to tough it out. He's all put some ice on it.
Mm-hmm.
It won't matter anything after a couple of beers because he's gonna go out.
Yeah, because
With
he's
the
going to
big
invite him
boys.
out too.
Mm-hmm.
And he talks about O'Banion being the first senior in history to take the honor of having lived like whatever 2 years
Right.
in a row. He's been a fucking
that guy's a dick. Like,
Yeah.
you know whatever.
but he's not a
don't
bad
let-
guy to have on your side.
Yeah, blocking for you, whatever.
And he relates to him. I got it the same after baseball practice when I was your age. Like they
Mm-hmm.
waited for me and they took me out to party after. So he was Mitch,
I guess
and that's why he tells him,
he's passing.
"Hey, you
the-
want to go out with us?"
Right. Hey, want to be cool?
It would be pretty cool move to let him know it doesn't bother you that much.
Right, that's true. And then he's taking his licks, and now he gets to hang, man.
Kevin, Michelle, and Slater are out cruising. Jody and Sabrina and what's her name? Siobhan
Yeah,
are riding together. It's like all the cliques, Cynthia,
right,
Mike, and
like
or
all
not
the
even
friends.
cliques, but just
Yeah,
the little friend
little
groups. And Mike's talking about he was supposed to go to law school, but he doesn't like the people he was gonna help.
He realizes he's a misanthrope.
Yes, he just wants to dance.
He wants to dance. So yeah, the boys, Pink and Wooderson, pick up.
Pick up Mitch.
Right, they pick up Mitch. It's like, hey man, you got a joint?
No, not on me, man.
It'll be a lot cooler if you did.
All right.
Like this is just him.
I
It's
know.
gotta be.
And he's talking about picking up some Aerosmith tickets
Mhm.
tomorrow. He's going to
He's
get some
driving
for
out to
Pink
Houston,
too.
Right?
And that's when they head to the
And
Emporium,
Mitch is like, am I cool here?
right?
Just be cool, Mitch.
Just be cool, man.
cool. Like you're fine. And Pink introduces him to some girls.
The only thing that's missing in this place is pinball. They got
They have
pool.
it.
Was there
Yeah,
pinball?
they showed the pinball too.
Okay.
There was a whole list of the pinball games that they had
oh,
at this place.
There's pool and foosball and beers and
Yeah.
apparently pinball
And
that
there's
somehow I
pinball,
missed.
Too. Yeah, they had a list. There was a list.
And Pink introduces Mitch to some cute girls.
Right? Julie and her little friend.
They heard about his paddling.
Right. That's a paddling.
And they all head out. There's a big surprise. It's Michelle painted the statues to look like
Oh,
Kiss.
Look
which,
at that.
Cool.
That's cool.
Super
Like,
cool.
all right. What are we going to do with these things?
I know. Now you got to carry him around all night.
Yeah, they did. They took him up to the
Uh-huh.
moon tower, too.
And Slater has an idea for a beer bus later on.
Right. Like, all is not lost. We're going to figure it out, man.
Mitch, you cool, man?
Mm-hmm.
Like how? Okay.
Yeah.
He's
he
just
means,
like,
do you smoke weed?
yeah, he means do you get high?
Right. He was like, oh, like, how do you say that? Like, are you cool?
Are you cool?
Are you,
man?
like, cool?
And so, yeah, so everybody's meeting up, whatever.
Mhm.
Slater, check you later. Check you later.
Check you
They all
later.
start taking off. Chicks don't want to hear that shit, man.
Right. Yeah.
And he's like, the girls in our class are all prudes.
Yeah.
Oh, worthless little bitches. Which, like, dang, Slater.
Wow.
The classes ahead of us were wild.
Right?
Dawson's like, maybe you never got past the sniffing butt stage.
Yeah, maybe that's why you think that.
Hey, man, it's quality, not quantity.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm gonna go burn a doober.
So the middle school kids are at their dance, their end of year dance at the recreation center.
Right.
And Hirschfeld's getting his Mac on.
Right? They have a full on makeout room in the back
Yeah,
of
at
this
the
dance.
fucking recreation center. Why was there a sanctioned makeout room?
I don't know.
And like, how
They
did
totally
they convince
cock
Carl
block
to leave, or not
Hirschfelder.
Carl, Hirschfelder to leave? Yeah, they're fully cock blocked.
He's the one with the car.
No,
right?
it's not him. It's the other kid's brother's car.
Oh, it's not?
So there's Carl Hirschfelder and two other boys, and it's one of those other boys'
Oh.
brother's car. That's
I thought
who's
that's
driving.
why they pulled him away. I'd be like, fuck that. I'm
Uh-uh.
staying here and I'm
No,
gonna
they didn't
finger
need
this
him to
gal.
go. And then he's the one who ends up getting his fucking licks
Right?
when he was just getting his Mac on. He was about to get to second base, guys.
Right? He was
Oh no,
gonna
he had
get,
his hand up her shirt.
Right? He was already
He was
round
already
in second.
Yeah. Oh, you wouldn't even know what to do with it if you got there.
Oh, come on.
Carl,
Esteban.
neither would you. And he's like, oh, we're going to high school. We're going to be in the big time now.
Oh,
All
yeah,
the
no,
girls will
you're
be
not.
putting out.
For freshmen?
No.
No.
And that's when the big boys roll up
Right? Here they come.
and they get their hands on Hirschfelder.
Right?
And fucking O'Banian squeal like a pig. He's
Right?
What?
Did you see that movie?
like, right? Is
O'Banian.
this Deliverance?
Did you see that movie though?
Oy.
Do you know what they were talking about when they made him squeal like a pig? Because
Mm.
I feel like if you did, I mean, I don't know.
Maybe he did.
Maybe he did. But yeah,
And
this is again like he peaked twice his 2 senior years, I guess. Like, well, he had
Yes.
2 junior years because again, they're not seniors yet. They are technically
right.
now.
So, or maybe he was a senior and the rest of them weren't. But so he was a senior
Maybe.
who's now going to be a senior again next year.
Oh,
So he
yeah.
should have graduated and didn't. Now he's going to be a
Yep.
senior with them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
And Jody rolls up on them spanking this kid.
Right. He's got this trunk filled.
Take it
with
easy on the
beer.
kid. And yes, how many fucking beers was that? That was so many beers in the trunk.
They wouldn't have been cold.
No,
Like, after a
just
while.
warm beers.
I mean, it's not like they're in cold places. They're
I
in
know
Texas.
they're in Texas in
In
June, May or June.
The end of May. That's what it
Oh,
said.
yeah, it
like
said it was
May
the end of May.
26th or something
God
like that.
dang! So school ended for us early June. In the
Uh-huh.
70s, it ended in May. Now
Yeah.
it ends not until
It ends in
it's
May.
still June. No, I think it's June, but now it starts earlier.
No, my kids' school ends in May, and then at the end of May, and then it starts Monday.
I think we didn't used to start till September.
Yeah, it was like September.
I feel like they
Mhm.
start 2 to 4 weeks
I
before.
feel like
we
it was
used to.
after Labor Day.
Yes.
You'd start after Labor Day.
You didn't wear white to the first day of school.
No,
I'm just
you
kidding.
wouldn't. Not
As
white
if I ever went
shoes.
by that rule.
Are those white shoes after Labor Day? Juror 6 is wearing white shoes.
And they do toss Hirschfelder a beer at least as he walks off,
Right.
which he shares with these little shit
I
stains.
know.
Don't give them your beer. You earned
That's
that
one
beer. They
single
ditched you.
beer. Yeah, fuck y'all.
Shh.
I'm gonna drink this whole thing. And then Esteban, I'm just gonna call him that because I think that's funny. He throws it.
Yes, and
Was
breaks
it
the
even
beer
empty?
bottle. No, I don't think so.
Little butthole. He's wearing his little stripy pants. He was real like not like
Because it was dance
conspicuous.
night. And then Wooderson's over there showing his engine off to Clint.
Right.
And they're talking about, oh, that's no, whatever.
Right, I
Clint's-
don't even
I
know.
don't
Male
care. Car talk, car
Bateaus.
talk, car
Yeah,
talk.
I don't know.
Testosterone, testosterone.
No idea. And Mitch sees the little girl hanging with the big girl.
Yeah, so he knows Sabrina from
Right.
school. And she
Mhm.
tells him Hirschfeld got his.
Right. He's
And
like,
him with this
"Oh."
nose
I
pinching
know,
motion.
It was like 15 times.
He did it
He's like,
so many times.
oh no.
The drama.
Oh,
Okay, Mitch, we get it.
Oh, Wiley Wiggins. That's what a Wiggins is.
And Jody finds Mitch and is like, "Oh, I heard about you. I asked the guys to take it easy on you." And he's like,
"Why
"Fucking
would
no
you do
wonder."
that?" Yeah.
And okay, so this is where the middle school kids are passing the beer around. They throw the beer, whatever.
yeah.
Benny and O'Banion drop Dawson off at the Emporium, and he and Wooderson exchange their little fucking finger sniff handshake.
It's disgusting.
Mitch's face
disgusting.
is all of our faces.
I know, like, oh, come on.
No.
No,
Butterscotch, yo.
No. Oh, butterscotch, yo.
And Wooderson's thinking of getting back in school, but he just soon as keep working, keep a little change in his
my
pocket. And then he starts asking Mitch about the crop of freshman chicks.
Yeah, gross,
And
bro.
at least Dawson's like, you're gonna end up in jail.
Yeah.
Like they recognize
At
their buddy
least.
here is not doing the right thing.
Yeah, come on, dude. But that's the thing he likes about these high school girls is we get older, they stay the same age. Yes,
Yeah,
they do.
And so Mitch gets to go cruise with Dawson and Pink and Kevin.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but Wooderson's cakes in these little
Oh
peach
my God.
jeans. Hello, Mr. McConaughey.
McConaughey.
And I was not even into Wooderson in this movie. I was
Oh,
into
no.
like Pink and
No,
Dawson,
no.
maybe Kevin a little bit, but not. Wooderson was the old guy.
Right, he was the creep.
Yes, he was the creepy old guy. But hey, that booty though.
But that booty though. Click clack, bring it back. That's what I'm saying.
And so they're in the car passing around a joint, and Dawson wants him to pull over so he can grab a trash can
Yes.
and smash a mailbox with it.
Okay.
And then they want Mitch to throw the bowling ball
Right, and he like throws it into a windshield.
back window of a
Back
car.
windshield, yeah, fucking whatever.
You're nuts, Junior. You're
Oh,
nuts. They
That's
fucking
hilarious.
love it.
I literally wrote butterscotchio in here. I didn't notice
did
that
you?
earlier. I did. That's funny. I just now saw it.
And so they're gonna stop for beer, and
Mm-hmm.
Dawson acts like he's gonna rob the place, but he tells Mitch like, "No, not
I'm
really.
just-
I
I'm
have
not
money.
really. I'm gonna
just
pay for it or
pretend."
whatever. And 60-cent cigarettes.
Yes, I have that. No S whale.
That note us well. And also the fact that they're like really high for smoking some skunk. It's like swag.
That's all there was.
Like wee.
They'd probably been drinking beer since
That's
school
true.
let out.
Yeah,
Also,
they're also
so
drunk driving. That's true. There's like no one else out on the road. Like where they're at through
Ohio
these
in the
neighborhoods?
'70s. I don't
This-
know.
Texas.
Rural, or no,
This
Texas.
is
Why?
Texas.
Because we were just
Ohio
talking
is the
about the
faculty.
faculty.
Mhm.
Yes.
But yeah, anyhow. So he goes in there, he pretends like he's robbing it. They run back to the car, and then another car pulls in.
And this old man comes running up with a gun, and he's like, "Man, I paid for the beer."
Right,
Paid
like
for the
he's
beer."
like, they're like, give him the money for the beer, and he's like, dude, I paid for the beer, and he's like, you busted my mailbox. It's a federal offense.
I'm gonna call the police. They
Yeah.
should get out of the car.
Right.
And Pink's like, "No, just go,
Just
go.
just Right, they bail out.
And he's shooting at him and everything.
Right, and then it's rock and roll, hoochie coo, rock and roll, hoochie coo. Light my fuse, light my fuse.
And back at the Emporium, I wrote back at the Emporium where rock and roll hoochie cooing. Slater, Michelle, Mel, Wooderson are all there hanging out. Dawson, Pink, Mitch, and Kevin come back.
Right.
And Mel sends Mitch to buy him a 6-pack of beer.
Right. He's like, yeah, head over there and pick me up a sixer. And you only have to be 18.
And he confidently does this.
He really does.
He
just
uses
walks
all
right in there.
Wooderson's lines
Right?
about
Keep a little money in
In
my
my
pocket.
pocket.
Just to keep working.
work for the city.
Mhm.
And so he gets his beer and comes back, and Julie's impressed. She's
Right.
like,
She's like, oh, wow, you managed to, like, doesn't his little friends see him too?
Yeah, his little friends see him coming out, and he's like, "Oh, just heading back to the Emporium." And,
And
they're like, "What?"
How'd you get in there?
Like, yeah, if you would have taken your licks like a man,
Right?
you'd be in the Emporium too.
You
Carl,
might be.
what'd you say his name is?
Esteban.
So then it's party at the Moon Tower.
Yeah, we're gonna have a party at the Moon Tower. We're moving this out.
And they all start. Oh no! Then this is when Mitch, when he found his friends, was like,
Oh, that's right.
O'Banion's over there. You want to get back
You wanna
at
get him back?
O'Banion?
Mm-hmm.
So he
He's like,
tells
"Fuck
Julie
yeah."
something. He whispers something to Julie, and she passes by O'Banion telling her friend, like, "Oh, did you hear they got Carl outside?"
Yeah, they're about to bust him. And he was like, wait, who? What? I'm going to get his ass.
So they run out there, and O'Banion's calling his mom a bitch.
I know.
And all this stuff. I mean, yeah, she pulled a shotgun on you, but you tried to spank her son's ass on her
I
fucking
know.
property. Like,
not on my porch.
Mm-mm.
Not on this day.
I mean, I don't have a gun, but I would have come out there and said some shit. You ain't spanking
Right?
my kid's ass on my porch.
Fuck you. Not on my watch.
Hell no. And Wooderson and Pink come out for the show. O'Banion's he's winding up to hit Carl.
Right, because he's got them all up against the thing.
And you hear a splat,
Split,
splat,
splat,
splat.
plop.
White paint. Hirschfelder's up there on the roof with that other kid. Pouring
Poured
bucket
it
of white
right
paint
over.
on him. And he throws a tantrum, of course. Freshman F slur.
Yeah,
Fuck
of
you.
course.
Fuck all of you.
Yeah,
Fuck you.
And he almost runs Pink over.
Yes, breaks his fucking paddle, drives almost over Pink's toes,
Right.
and everyone's laughing at him. So hopefully his senior year was not as easy. His second senior
His
year.
second senior year? Yeah, I don't know. So,
Back at Top Notch Burgers,
Right.
Tony, Mike, and Cynthia are getting food when Witterson
these
rolls
three
up.
bummers.
All right.
Yeah, party at the Moon Tower.
How are you doing?
I love those redheads, man.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's like party times. Now they're like, they talk about, are we gonna go? We're not gonna go. And she's like,
Do you
"Oh,
realize he graduated when we were like 3 years old?
Yeah, I know. And she's like, I don't know. I think he's kind of cute. Like,
And,
he was all,
yeah,
like, you
he's
know,
into redheads,
like,
man.
Whatever.
So then the Kiss statues are in the back of the car, and everybody's heading to the Moon Tower.
Right?
And
It's
we get
moon
the
times at the Moon Tower.
Party montage time.
Yep.
Weed, beer, dancing, smoking.
Mm-hmm.
Slater wandering around looking lost. And then Mike comes in, and what? Mike
Why? Just shut the fuck up.
smells like someone's toking some reefer.
No, really? Fucking think
Really?
so?
It's 1976
No,
at
Mike.
a graduation party or
No,
whatever.
At the Moon Tower. What the fuck do you think happens at the Moon Tower? There's also several kegs, Mike.
Yeah.
Smells like somebody's drinking some beers in here. Like,
And
shut the
yes,
fuck up,
Clint
Mike.
overreacts.
Well, of
let
course
by
he
a
does.
1,000.
Oh, yeah.
But why are you walking
absolutely.
around talking like a narc walking into this party? So Clint's
Foosh.
like, oh, who are you, man?
Yeah.
Isaac fucking Newton.
Right.
I'm the
making
one smoking
observations.
marijuana, motherfucker. You got a problem? And he's like
Right.
taking his shirt. He's like
I
ready
know,
to
like,
go.
Come on.
Too much, Clint.
Too much. Too
Drop
much
it a couple notches.
testosterone.
And
Relax.
Pink runs up and intervenes, like,
He breaks it up.
but Clint's like, I only came here to do two things. Kick some ass and drink some beer.
beers.
Looks like we're almost out of beer. So Slater, Pink, Midge, and Kevin climb the Moon Tower.
Right. They try to freak Mitch out about how, like, they used this. Now it's off limits because somebody fell all the way down. The freshman or something like that.
That's how we got our theater ghost in high school. Was he
Right?
fell down a 50-foot drop in the boiler room and broke his neck?
I mean, I can't remember what the story was of how we got our. This probably fell off of the roof because it was like the ceiling doors. But we had one too. Every theater has
Every
one.
theater has a
Every
ghost,
theater
I
has
think.
a ghost.
And Mitch has had 4 beers. That kid only had 1.
Oh shit!
Dead,
Oh, you're
man.
dead,
So
man.
dead.
You're so dead. Any moment, this thing could just collapse.
Look at the
man.
bloodstains. Look at the bloodstains. And then Mike's down there getting himself all wound up about the asshole
I
Clint.
know. Oh my god! Fucking.
Super dominant male in his 50s greaser uniform.
Maybe you should have just shut the fuck up.
And he's got a plan. Fights get
Oh.
broken up like right away.
Super quick. So if I could get one good punch,
I'm
like,
going to
then
be
it'll get
humiliated
broken up or
forever
whatever.
if I
Yeah,
don't do anything. So I
something
got to
about
try.
this. Right.
So the other kids are at the
They're,
top
like,
of the
trying to
Moon Tower.
discourage him. They're like,
Oh, yeah. They're like,
it's-
"Are you
I
sure
don't know
about
all that?"
And Sabrina finds Tony.
Ugh, meanwhile, like that's another thing. Tony can't be bothered to help Mike because Tony's too busy like
Trying to get some
mack an
13-year-old
8th grader,
snatch.
trying to scam an 8th grader.
Scamming. We brought back Grip. We're bringing back scamming.
Scamming.
Macking, scamming, all of them.
All of
bringing
them.
them all back. So yeah, she comes up and Cynthia and Mike leave them
Oh,
alone.
I know.
And he asks her all awkwardly about, what about your offer from this afternoon?
Come on, Tony.
What am I supposed to say? Anything you want. Awkward silence.
Yeah, whatever.
And
It's unsettling. She's an 8th grader.
yes. And
Julie finds Mitch, right?
I thought we already. Oh no, yes. Julie finds Mitch. Benny's asking
Right.
Pink about quitting
Yes.
football.
And he's just not into any of it anymore,
Yeah,
man. Like
it'll be the
Benny's
biggest mistake of your life.
he thinks he's being foolish, like it's a dumb thing to do.
And it sounds like they've been like good friends since they were little kids.
Well, I feel like they all
This
have
conversation,
been. All
yeah.
of these kids have probably all gone to school together since kindergarten. They've all lived in town. Like maybe a couple people here and there have moved,
Right.
but like for the most part,
And
it's
Pink's
probably
like,
been that
if I do play
class.
next year, it'll be on my terms,
My
not
terms,
theirs.
not
Bro, you're
theirs.
17. It's gonna be on
I
their
know.
terms. It's gonna be on their terms.
It's probably going to be on their terms, but I feel like I would have been very pink in that situation with like that. I don't want to sign this shit. Like I don't.
Yeah. But I also
because
see
I
Benny's
want to.
viewpoint, which is like,
That's
it's not
true.
just about you. Like, we don't make state without our star quarterback. So if you
That's
quit
true.
senior year, then we're all fucked too.
But I mean, like, he shouldn't feel like he has to do it just to make other people happy. If he's just
Should
not
be like,
into
no,
it.
now you go out for star quarterback.
Right? Why don't you be star quarterback,
do it.
Benny? It could be
You do
you.
it.
It could be you.
And then cherry bomb.
Oh yeah, hello,
Daddy. Hello, Mom.
I'm your
Cherry bomb. Darla and the girls are falling down drunk. Michelle's got her acoustic guitar out. You know, you have to be real hot
I know.
to pull an acoustic guitar out at a party and have anybody care.
I read something about the song that she's playing is hers. It's one of her songs from
Oh, wow.
her Divine Comedy album.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
yes.
And
Divine Comedy.
Kevin's talking about that the song is about aliens.
Right. I guess
We're the
I'm-
aliens, man. We're the
We're
savages.
the savages. We're the aliens, man.
Slater's like, yeah, man, this country is founded by people who are into aliens.
Right. And like George Washington had planted
He was in a
weed.
cult, man,
He
and
was
that
in a
cult
cult.
was into aliens.
And when he came home after a long day, Martha, man, she'd have Bull waiting for him. Martha, man, she was a hip lady, man. She was a
Yeah,
hip,
she
hip lady.
was. He grew weed all over the country. Whole
So-
country was getting high.
There's some spooky shit going on the back of a dollar bill, man.
Yeah, he goes on a whole tangent
Right.
about Washington and
Right, of
weed and
course.
whatever.
Of course. And it was hemp. It wasn't weed. It was hemp.
Right. And Jody, okay, so now Pink's quote unquote girlfriend, maybe we saw him
Right.
with in the beginning, was Simone.
Uh-huh.
And then suddenly Jody just whisks him off into the bushes.
Right. To go scam a little bit.
Throws her beer out and just grabs him and starts macking. No words exchanged.
And like that was it.
And then when they're done making out and he's trying to get some titty, she's or not done, but like they're mid making out, he's trying to get some titty and she stops him like, "Don't you have a girlfriend?"
Like
Ma'am,
Jody.
you dragged him into the bushes.
Yeah.
Like this is what gives women the reputation of being fucking cock teases. Is like
Well,
you dragged
you
him
did
into the
this.
bushes knowing he has a girlfriend because you
well,
clearly
maybe
know.
She was just like, "Look, watch, I could do this." Like maybe she was talking to her girlfriends, like, "Watch, I
Watch,
bet
I
you,
get
even
him."
though I know he's got a girlfriend."
But
I
as
bet you
soon
he
as he
fucking
gets a
do it.
little squeeze on, you're like, "Don't you have a
Bye.
girlfriend?"
No.
Bye.
Bye.
So then Mitch is with Julie on the hood of the car,
Right?
and Dawson and Mel call him over.
They're like, "Get over here."
Little Casanova.
Right? Look at him go. They're all so proud.
Yes,
They're
they
like,
are.
"Look at him."
And Pink's telling him, you need to watch out for them older girls.
Right? You got to be careful now. Like you should tell her we left you
Yeah.
and like
So
get
you
a
give
ride
you
home
a ride,
with her.
yeah.
Like it'll work. Trust me.
And Darla's stumbling around and tries to tell Sabrina to air raid freshmen.
Tony's like, "Don't fucking do it." She's like, "No." She's like, "She doesn't have to do it 'cause she's with me."
I'm going to make the next year of your life a living hell. Lick me, all
Yeah,
of you.
lick me, all
She's
of
like
you.
such an asshole. And Mike comes over. Don't air raid for that bitch. I hate that
Yeah,
shit.
I hate that shit. I fucking like he's all the way wound up.
And this is where he goes for Clint.
Yep.
Pours his beer over his head and sucker punches him
Yes.
from behind.
Yes.
And Clint takes his ass down.
Yeah, he works his ass.
He's beating his ass and nobody is stopping it. They're
Nope.
all like, yeah.
yeah, like wee.
So Cynthia gets Pink and Wooderson's attention and they go pull him off.
Right, it finally gets broken up, and now like the tap is dry. Leonard
Party's
Skinner
over,
is playing,
man.
Party's over.
Mitch is out past curfew.
Right, they meet up and like, what? Mitch and Jody meet up and part. Benny is tanked. Wooderson smokes with Cynthia. He's taking her to Aerosmith, maybe.
Oh, yeah. They're talking about, he's going to take her to Aerosmith. And Sabrina heads out with the girls to get breakfast. Or not the girls. She goes with Mike and Tony and Cynthia
right.
to get breakfast.
Yeah, they like, let's go smoke a joint on the 50-yard line. We have a joint committee meeting.
And now Simone's back.
Right,
she
now
goes with
she's
them.
there and she goes with them. Like nobody, like
It's
there's
very
no,
cash,
it's weird
very
that
cash.
She wasn't there when they said that they were going to meet up at the party.
I know.
Like they didn't even hang out at the party. I don't know. That was weird.
Like not at all.
So yeah, the dorks drop Sabrina off, and Tony manages a smooch on an 8th grader. That's real smooth.
I hope
bro.
you're not grounded or anything. I love the little part on the football field though where they're playing football and then he's like,
I know.
marijuana on 1.
Yeah,
Reefer on 2.
What?
What?
He's got his pants tucked into his boots.
Yes. It's so dumb. So back on the field, Wooderson went out to the car for papers and he found the pledge.
Right. He's like, you're like the 3rd person to hand this to me today.
And he's like, come on, it was the same in my day. If it's not this,
same
it's
shit,
something
man.
else.
Another choice they try to take from you. It's like the older you get, the more rules
they're
they
gonna
try to put
get
on
you to follow.
Yep, you just got to keep living, man. LIVIN.
And Slater's like, if you're gonna sign it, throw some weed in it and roll it up and sign the joint.
Okay.
Sure. Pink says, if I ever say these are the best years of my life, remind me to kill myself.
Right.
Well, they might not be the best years of your life, but you are going to look back on them fonder than you imagine because you had no responsibilities but showing up for football practice in
Being
school.
an adult is fun. Is that a... Oh, no,
Wait
it's
till
a
you
nail.
have to
I thought
pay
it
the
was a spider.
bills. No, just a nail.
It's a nail.
And Dawson just wants to look back and say, I did the best I could when I was stuck in this place.
Right. I had as much fun as I could while I was
Stuck in this place. Played as hard as I could while I was stuck in this place.
Dogged as many chicks
As I could while I was stuck in this place. And the girl that he's with, like, yeah, right, premature ejaculation.
Yeah, right.
He's like, what?
oh no. And then the fucking Porkies show up.
Yep, line up.
Mm-hmm.
Wooderson reliving old glories on the football field.
Right. He's like, oh, what's up, Slavey? You can't still be mad. I got whatever the fuck it was that he got. I don't know what it was he got.
Mitch and
Chlamydia,
Julie out
probably.
making out in the sunrise on a blanket somewhere.
I know.
They're both going to be grounded.
She might not be. I don't know what she's got going on there. Well, Mitch isn't.
True. But this is his one get out of jail free card.
And now the coach shows up at dawn in the misty morning.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like...
These are the
'cause
type
that's
of
who the
people I was
cops
talking
call.
about. Yeah, they call the coach
Gross.
because they knew they were all football players.
I guess. But, like, he calls his friends losers. And Pink's like, nah, man, you don't even know him, man. He's like, just sign it. Better do it. Don't think. Just do it.
I might play ball, but I will never sign that.
Right. He's like, I'll be willing to overlook this shit because we need you, buddy.
He's
Like,
not going to do it.
I ain't signing this shit. And he tosses it in there. And he's like, get fucked. And he peels out. And they're going off to get some fucking Aerosmith tickets. Like, Dawson's going home.
Yeah. He's like, that's it,
He's had
huh?
enough. Yeah.
All
And he's
right.
like, well, okay. And
Mitch gets home. His mom snatches him up by the ear.
right.
Okay, Mitchell, this is your one get out of jail free
Right?
card.
Your sister told me what happened. So if you ever come in at dawn again, we're going to have problems.
And who is this older girl who gave you a ride?
She's just, whoever, whatever.
Have you been drinking?
No.
Are you
Mom,
drunk?
No.
And he goes and puts those giant headphones
I
on.
know. And it's
Slow ride. Take it easy. Cut to Pink and Wooderson slow
Right.
riding to get some
They're
Aerosmith
driving
ticks.
to Houston to see Nana Steven.
And Slater and Simone are with them.
Mm-hmm.
And-
It's all good, man. All right.
And the only thing I could think of that this movie doomed me to do was to eternally seek the party at the Moon Tower, dude.
Right? I mean, I love a party at the Moon
Never
Tower,
been to a
man.
party at the Moon Tower.
No, I don't think so. We did some things where it was like out in the middle of nowhere, but it wasn't like Moon Tower.
Right.
tunes.
So we have one yearbook signing in the form of an Apple review from Johnny Blue 84. Wow, what a way to face your doom. Man, these ladies are sure showing us why we are the doom generation. Nicole and Tessa have made me laugh with each episode and even gave me my new favorite word, vichyssoise. Thank you, ladies. Thank you,
welcome.
Johnny.
Thank you.
And if you want to leave us messages, emails, whatever, we will read them on the show, play them on the
can.
show. You can call 702-720-DOOM.
You could text it.
You can text that number. You can email doomgenerationpodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Instagram at Doom Generation Pod. That is probably the best place.
Yeah.
It's got the link tree with the merch.
You got to get.
We've
to
got
the
stickers. We've got magnets. We got all kinds of things.
tree. All kinds of shit for you.
And if you can't figure out where to find something, DM the account because
Yeah.
I will sadly respond almost instantly.
Or gladly.
Gladly, but sadly. Not sad for you. Sad for me that's all I have to do
Well,
is
I
be
mean,
available on the internet all
You
day.
know, she likes it. She's playing with
You
you.
know I
She
like
loves
it.
that shit.
You know
She
I
loves
love
that
it.
shit.
Send me a
Playing.
little line.
Like she don't love it.
Slide into my DMs. But just ask for how to buy stuff.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. For that,
Find stuff,
for
how to
that
buy
reason.
stuff.
She likes doing merchy things.
And if you join our Patreon, patreon.com/Doom Generation, you get all the merch that we have available right now. Depending on the level you join at, you get a shout out in the show. What was it? You get to be in one of our movie edits. The lower levels, you get just all the audio, bonus audio. There's all kinds of stuff. We did our top 10 Disney favorite movies, classics.
Full on episode.
We have stuff that's available there that's not available anywhere else.
It's exclusive.
Get into the exclusives over at patreon.com/Doom Generation.
It's worth it.
Find all the stuff.
Do it.
And until next week,
Talk to you next time.
later, Doomers.